Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Diana's Treasures, where we take a look at the life of an estate appraiser and liquidator from Diana Minotti Fine Art, Antiques, and Collectibles.
And auctioneers. Licensed Florida auctioneers.
My co-host is my husband, as you can tell, Perry Matrano.
Right. Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here. And we are located at 15 Palm Harbor Village Way, right here in the beautiful city of Palm Coast, 32137. If you're visiting down here, stop by and see us. The website is www.dianafineart.com. And we have a lot of good things going on. I'm really excited about today's show because we have some really great friends that are on the show, and they do an unbelievable job here in the community promoting the arts. And I'm going to let them speak for themselves, all right? You know, I did remind you. You know that, right?
I did.
Okay. All right. Well, back to our friends.
We're busy.
Yes. Diana, why don't you make the introduction?
Well, we have our folks from the City Repertory Theater, Diane Ellerson and John Sorbonne, and we enjoy, I have to tell you, folks, our Saturday night is our date night, and it is just such a pleasure to come and visit you and be entertained. I mean, it's what I call acting because it really focuses on the people. We don't go crazy with props and backgrounds and everything. It really, really, you've always focused on acting, and I just enjoy it so much.
Thank you.
So tell us about yourselves and how did the CRT, which is what we call you, how did the CRT develop and start, and who was the founders?
Well, as you know, Diane and I started the Flagler Playhouse. And in 2011, we left to do a unique kind of theater, something different, something more intimate, something edgy. And so our good friend, J.J. Graham.
It is edgy. I'm going to say it's edgy.
Oh,
yes.
well, we hope so. I mean, our good friend J.J. Graham, who had the Hollingsworth Galleries over at City Marketplace, thank you. JJ said, hey, we think the same way. We do the same kind of things. I've got studios. He had 7 studios at the time. Take one. I said, what? He said, take one. And enormously generous, he allowed us to use a studio free of charge to do the kind of theater we wanted to do, something different, special. And that was back in 2011. And we opened with what we thought would be our signature show, the Laramie Project about Matthew Shepard. And it was an amazing thing. And, you know, at the time, Diane remembers saying, this ain't going to work. People were telling us, this can't work. Nobody in Palm Coast is going to come see this kind of stuff.
Poor Diane.
Boom, 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 boom. Well, she had to make sure that we were always solvent, and that wasn't an easy thing to do. Yeah. So we started back then, and we had an amazing first season, an amazing second season, and doing all these different kinds of shows. And now, as we approach our 15th season.
Is it really?
Yeah,
15.
wow. Congratulations.
Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. Now, we decided to do a retrospective and pick some of our favorite shows from the past 14 years and redo them for this year. So City Rep was founded to be different, to be intimate, to be up close and personal with our audiences. And as you said, Diana, at the beginning of the show, it's about acting. You know, one of my favorite theater theory books is called The Empty Space, in which Peter Brook says, I can take an actor, walk him across a room, and make an act of theater. And that's what we're about. And
we definitely do that. There's no doubt about that.
In keeping with our beginnings.
Come a little closer.
Just to let people know, we really did start from, grassroots. As John said, JJ let us go in and do our art. And we did a student workshop of one of John's written pieces called Rockabilly Willie. And we did it in the studio. We had no lights. And people were sitting on the floor on pillows because we only had a certain amount of chairs.
I remember that.
And the lights that we used to light the cast were the lights that were over the pictures. So we took them from the pictures and turned them onto the actors. And that was our lighting theme for that show. So it's been quite a journey. And to be able to celebrate, the beginning of a 15th year is pretty remarkable.
And to those the people that don't know who JJ is, Diana, explain JJ. Because that's,
well, that's a trick.
Diana would probably be able to explain a little bit, of who he is. He's an abstract artist or what?
Well, no, I mean, they're readable images. I mean, they are abstracted, but, he went to Savannah to, what's the name of that school?
SCAD.
Yeah. And came down here and started his gallery experience and studios and teaching. And
it was a pioneer for the arts a little bit.
I just love the idea.
Along with the rest of the folks.
Well, and I keep saying to you, we need to fill that void. He used to do that an evening with live music and wine and cheese and show artwork, and we need to do that at the gallery.
And it was amazing when I came to town about the same time you did, back in 2004, and it was amazing to find that kind of art being prominently done by a guy who not only is a fine artist, but who had the citizenship of Palm Coast, Flagler County on his mind. He was here to not only express himself as an artist, but to share and educate. And
we all like him. We all love him. He stopped by the shop last week, and his young sons were men, so it's a different world. So if I may, I'd like to really delve into where you are now, because you moved over you're in the same location, but you're just down a few stores, I guess you could say, on the second floor at the city marketplace. And your studio it's a very close, upfront type of
Intimate.
Seating
is about 50.
Do you call it off Broadway? What do you call it? Like, what is it? Because I'm not an art guy, like in that regard. So how do you?
It's more like off Broadway.
Off Broadway. Okay.
Where you can go in and rent a studio like we have in New York for about probably $10,000 a month. But it's. And I know this very well, having directed over 100 shows in there, that the width is 17 feet and 3 inches.
I never noticed.
And although we have plenty of depth, but again, the experience is that actor is right there.
Yes.
Has to be true, has to make you believe, and has to share. Theater is a communal experience, and it's that liveness that makes it so different from
and
sitting on
how many
TV.
shows have you done that the audience participation?
Well, we do that too.
Yes, fun.
And also
right in there
where the actors are actually on the seating platforms,
right?
Because we use that part of a stage sometimes.
And and some audience members love that, and others say
don't.
They'll sit further back. Don't sit in the first row.
Go away. So we tell the actors if you're getting close and somebody obviously doesn't want you to be there, move. Go somewhere else.
Can we talk about the actors because I'm amazed at the actors. Like, first of all, there was a bunch of younger actors I remember when they first came, and they're still with you today. And then there are some more senior actors. And who is the most famous actor or actress that you've ever had in there? If you could kind of run down those three, like who are your players?
Let's talk about we call the kids first.
Okay.
I mean, Philippa Rose, Renee Fagundes, they've been with us since Flagler Playhouse, since the first shows at Flagler Playhouse. In fact, before we bought the church, we keep reminding Flip that she was in Oliver when we did Oliver at Matanzas High School because we didn't have the Flagler Playhouse at the time. So that's back 18 years ago. And Lenise has been with us forever as well. We think of them as our children, although now they're in their 30s. And and more recently, in the last... Well, he's done over 50 shows with us, Bo Wade.
And he's not only acted, hasn't he produced or directed?
Right. He's directing. In fact, he's directing the show that's on right now, the 25th annual.
Oh, let's talk about
Putnam
that.
County spelling bee.
Well, wait, I want to hear about who's the most famous actor or actress you've had.
Well, we have we've worked with a lot of people who have had Broadway experience. Okay, famous.
And TV's experience. I mean, people have been on shows.
Sure.
One or two of them. I remember seeing them.
Yeah, well, you come to see Annie Gabus every year, and Annie has been on Broadway. She's been in movies. She's been Vegas showgirl. She's fabulous talent. You saw Jake's Women earlier in the year. Diana, remember you talked about Eric Bohaus. And Eric spent a couple of years on Broadway in Grand Hotel and done many national tours. In fact, his claim to fame is that he played Tony in Grease in 4 different international productions.
Anne Craft.
Yes.
And
She was just phenomenal. She was a
right.
wonderful.
Had spent many years in New York. Earl Levine.
And Victoria. Right?
Yeah, Earl, we were just talking about Flagler Playhouse having done the Fantastics. Earl was in the Fantastics in the Sullivan Theater in New York in the original production for a number of years. So,
and you know Earl and Victoria. They used to come to a lot of our estate sales, too.
Yeah, I know them, yeah. The one thing that people may or may not realize is that this is, I know you will never admit to this, but I'll say it. This is Broadway quality entertainment. I mean, I know I know the way you guys are. You're very humble.
It is.
You're very humble. They're very humble. But if anybody's never gone to the City Repertoire Theater, we call CRT. If you've never gone, you need to go. And so you need to tell us how did they get in touch with you? What's your website? Can they donate to you if they're wealthy people and want to really believe the arts? Tell us about it.
You don't have to be wealthy to donate to us. That's you can.
No, I was pushing for somebody bigger, but
we'll take a lot of little ones too. We'll take whatever there is out there. And we have been very lucky to be the recipient of the funds. The grant funds that were still in the coffer from the Palm Coast Arts Foundation. And to date, just recently, the new FC3, the Flagler County Cultural Commission, they gave the largest amount of money to arts organizations that the city of Palm Coast has ever offered. So we're really happy about that. And you can reach us at the phone number is 386-585-9415.
One more time.
386-585-9415. And we're located at 160 Cypress Point Parkway at B207. We're upstairs. There's an elevator. And we are, we do have, handicapped accommodations. As long as we know in advance, we can make sure that you are taken care of.
And what is the website?
The website is crtpalmcoast.com. And we have a Facebook page where you can find out if you're an actor. You can go there and look for the auditions, see what's coming up. You can also go there to click on something on Facebook, and then it will take you to our website where you can go and purchase tickets and see what else is, like the full season.
And Diana and I really urge people to get involved with that, So
this show they're doing now.
Yeah, I think it's time for show and tell. So
tell us about
the show.
So tell us about Spelling Bee, and we'll show some of our wares.
Well, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
I grew up in Putnam County, New York. I don't know which Putnam County it is.
Fictitious.
This show is it's a very, very popular show. It's been done many, many different places. But you have adults playing children. Mm-hmm. And it is hilarious. The music is very, very singable along with, and we do encourage audience participation. In fact, on Sunday, I believe it was Sunday, a 1958 Spelling Bee champion from Pennsylvania was in the audience, and Peggy
Hengeveld.
Hengeveld,
great.
yeah, and she had. I play golf with Cecil, her husband, and she had.
They come to our estate sales.
Yeah. They're marvelous people. Anyway, it's a fun show. It is a great musical. And you'll walk out feeling good. You'll walk out elevated. And you talk about audience participation. There are 4 or 5 people from the audience who volunteer to go up and be part of the spellers along with our kids. Bo Wade directs the show, and we're very fortunate in the summer because all of the college theater majors from around the state and other parts of the country come, and we get a chance to work with that young talent.
I was wondering for the timing that it was a summer show, and I figured that, that really school's out. And
This is actually the first time that we did a full-fledged summer production. 3 weekends, right?
For three
weekends.
We've been doing
but
productions.
a big musical that would normally be part of our regular season, because we're trying to see what that draw is, how it what the end result is, and what, if we can bring new people into the theater.
Absolutely. I think you can bring new people all the time as long as people know, a little bit about what the culture is here.
Yeah, the hardest thing to hear is that in this year or last year, is, we didn't know you were there.
You know what? Listen, I got to tell you, we've been in the same spot for 14 years.
Right.
Somebody walked in the door the other day. How long have you been here? 14 years. No. I said, yeah. Why? I've been here for 15 years. I never even seen you guys here. I said, that's impossible. Yeah. Did you ever go to the restaurant next door? Yes. I said, how do you not know we're here? It's amazing. Anyway, Diana, you have a few things. Why don't we start with yours?
Well, for the spelling bee, why don't we start with the Giuseppe Armani, because it looks like a little boy. He's holding his graduation diploma. This was actually
How's that?
This piece was my dad's, so I just brought it in because it really is significant to our theme today. We talked about Giuseppe Armani a little bit last show with the Italian Jubilee. He was born 1935 to 2006 from Florence. Wow. Now, this doll is very, very interesting. This is what they call a kokishi doll. They were made in Japan, and they're still being made today. But this is for 150 years they've been producing these types of dolls. It's a maple wood that's cured for a very long time, sometimes 5 years before they use it. And the dolls, no, they don't have arms and legs. They're just usually a sort of a sphere of a head and then an oval body. They started out as memorial pieces for people in the family, and they're all done differently. They all have different faces, different little outfits and bows in their hair.
How does that have to do with?
Well, they're children. They're dolls.
I got you. Okay.
But as time has progressed,
Sweet.
today they're actually being reproduced as anime dolls because Japanese anime is huge. So to get a kokishi doll, they're quite collectible. And
Okay.
John, can you hold that up at the bottom? Let them see. Turn it over. They're signed. A lot of them. You want to get one that's signed.
Yeah.
And they vary in size. That one's about maybe 5-6 inches. I've sold them 14 inches, 24 inches. Some of them are very large.
Yeah, we've had a few of them in the store. Yeah.
Well, we have about 5 at least now.
People from the West Coast seem to like them a lot.
Well, it's
Okay, we
Japanese.
have here a Hummel. What's this Hummel?
Well,
I know it's a young girl and it's children.
it's Germany.
She's reading a book.
She's called the Bookworm, and I think she's very cute. Isn't she?
Hummels are, people say, come in, you still have to. My mother has 500 Hummels. I said, it's okay. People buy them. They love them. People
No,
still
we
love
can't get the
Hummels.
price. We can't get the price that
No,
we used to get.
the prices have changed on Hummels.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, all right, and tell us all, why did you pick a
Well,
tie?
because at the gallery we have, the doll market is very soft right now.
Dolls, children. I got it. Okay,
But you didn't get that.
Sometimes things go over my head.
All right. So we have dolls from around the world. This is Siamese dancer, Thailand. You could tell by the headdress for sure. But we have other. Did you bring the Indian doll? You didn't bring.
No.
All right.
No,
Well, we have
no,
India.
no.
There's we have the Spanish flamenco dancers.
Well, we have a Barbie.
Well, Barbie is always in.
Barbie's always in.
1961 was the first Barbie, and of course, if you have that, that's really the one to collect. She's in a black and white striped bathing suit. But we get collections all the time. People still do collect Barbie. I remember Christmas time getting Barbie's townhouse.
Oh, yeah.
I love that with the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
If you get a woman who is in her mid-50s to mid-60s, and there's a Barbie, there's a big discussion that goes on about the Barbies.
Well, do you remember, like, in our early dating stages, we had a barbecue up the country, and you brought all the girls a Barbie?
Oh, jeez.
He did.
Yeah,
It
I
was
do
so
remember
cute.
that. I guess that, yeah, you know what happened? Diana had her friends from college, and they were coming up to
Oh, it was Donna. I think it was.
his birthday, whatever it was. Yeah, so I don't remember where I got them from, but yeah, you're right.
You
I did
brought us
buy
a
'em.
Barbie doll. It was very cute.
All right, we got books now, and this is called The Jungle Nurse, Cherry Imes, and it's.
I think you said those were 1930s.
No, originally they were, but this book was recategorized in '65.
Okay.
And this is a nurse caring for a young child in a community that looks impoverished somewhere.
So the gallery, a lot of people do come to look at our the vintage LPs. We have lots of music. In fact, that's what we should have brought. We have lots of Broadway show tune albums, LPs, and orchestras. We have operas, lots of vintage books and dolls. So, I mean, it's not something that you're going to find everywhere, especially today. A lot of people had to phase out. You know, they're only selling what's selling. What's the hottest thing.
We're going to get to the spelling bee one in about a minute. So this is a book called The School Champion. It's about a book of girls, 1930s, and it's signed actually to someone who really loved the book, who wanted to make sure nobody else would get it. And it says here, property of. It looks like Audrey Bonin. All right, so someone gifted this book to her, and again, this is about school. Right, we're working with the City Repertoire Theater here about their upcoming spelling bee.
So the 3 weeks, how many weeks are you into it now?
This will be the second weekend.
Right.
So we run,
Tomorrow.
we run through the end of July, and then we start rehearsing for our next season. And our next season starts with an amazing show, Puppets.
Oh, really?
Avenue Q.
Oh,
We like
okay.
to describe it as Sesame Street on
Right.
steroids. It was a big Broadway hit for 5 years, and we are anxious to get it back on the boards. It was very, very popular when we first did it about 10 years ago.
Do you need any props?
Well, we have about 20 puppets, Muppets about this size,
Big.
and
That's got to be fun.
yeah, it's fun. We've got a great cast. I got and Ben Beck, who's been our music director for many of our shows, will not only be playing, but he's also going to be playing Trekkie Monster, and so it will be hilarious, raunchy, but hilarious.
Yeah, your shows have a little bit of an edge to them sometimes, that's for sure. I'm going to run through these books real quick because we're going to start to
Sorry.
run short
Yeah.
of time. No, not you, it's us. This is A Tale from Holland. This is about a young child in Holland. And
These are really well illustrated. You have to show
This is a young girl in Japan. And this one,
they're linen bound, gold embossed, and the illustrations are really fantastic.
Nursery Friends. Okay, the theme of our show today is spelling bee, young children in the spelling bee. And where's your? Let me have your sheet. Where is it? Here it is. Just so you understand why we're doing the books with these. That's the show that's upcoming for the CRTs, right? And then the last one. This book we're going to show, and then we're going to get into the last three things, is Mother Goose. Mother Goose.
Everybody knows Mother Goose.
1883 or so was the original Mother Goose, and it's been written, rewritten, rechanged many times over the years. So we have stuff for your children too, not just that. Okay. All right. This is a statue, bronze. We have in a store. We also have it on our eBay shop. It is a bronze with young girl blowing bubbles, and the artist is Diana?
Susan Bizard. So this was one of Edith's pieces we did a sale for. And
Edith was a dealer.
yeah, I think that's a great piece, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty. Okay. Then the last two things we have is... all right, if you were a kid and you lived in the 60s, 50s, and 60s and 40s, you had blocks to learn how to spell, okay? And then there was a system that they used of the blocks, all right? And words of the day and words of every day there was a different word, and Mom would try to teach you how to make the blocks, all right? So no idea about the blocks, what they're painted on, whether there's lead paint or, back in the day, they just painted everything with lead. Right, John? We survived.
Just don't lick them.
We survived. And then the last thing, this is actually something for you guys to enjoy because, Diana, why don't you give us the synopsis of the...
I thought we sold this. I really did. It's sold.
No, it moved around the store a few times.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it is the Broadway play Tommy, the Who show, and it's signed by all of the cast members.
Oh, cool.
And we have it on eBay. I thought I was surprised you found this. I thought we sold it. So it is at the gallery for sale, and that's a fun piece to have.
All right, that's a Broadway play, but we got better than Broadway. It's right here in Palm Coast.
That's right.
One more time, tell us who you are, where they can find you. Give us your website and phone number again, please.
City Repertory Theater. We're at 160 Cypress Point Parkway, B207. Our website is crtpalmcoast.com, and our phone number is 386-585-9415.
And for those who are not sure, City Marketplace is that mall next to Walmart.
Yes.
They're above
Everybody
Dominic's.
We
above
Dominic's Deli,
Dominic.
right
Dominic's
upstairs.
Deli.
Right upstairs.
Absolutely.
And of course, our guest is we have John and we have Diane. Diane is the box office expert, and John, of course, is the, theater operations. Would that be the term that we would use?
You can call me director.
Well,
And Diane does everything else.
yes, absolutely.
She does.
I love you
everything.
guys. You guys are the best, and this was a great show. I could do 10 of these shows with you guys because there's so much to talk about. So thank you for the work that you do here in our community. Diana, we're going to take us out.
Thank
All
you
right.
for having us.
Oh, our pleasure.
It was our
And we'll
pleasure.
see you Saturday night.
Perfect.
So, DianaFineArt.com. You can subscribe to the newsletter. I'm going to go to the gallery right now and get it out. On eBay, we can shop on our eBay store, Shopify, Poshmark, and Marketplace. There is a button on the website. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll also can see these shows, and this is our 25th show. You can see them all if you go to our YouTube channel and click on there. And there are also some shorts that'll be on Facebook, so you can follow us along. The current show we have right now is The Pioneers of Palm Coast. We're doing a house that was the first 200 families that lived in Palm Coast. They're one of them. Kids went to school here, everything. So nothing in the house is older than 1974, I want to say. It's nothing newer than that in the house. There's a great LP and electronics collection. There's some really cute vintage clothing.
We had in the store yesterday. I think the lady that runs the Palm Coast Historical Society. And when she was asking if we had anything, I did mention that we had.
There's some souvenir plates. The Florida, the different states. We have the Florida plate.
And no, anything related to Palm Coast ITT here.
Um,
If there's anything in there, let her know.
I'll have to think about that. There's also what's new with the gallery is we just got room with a view over to the shop, so we got the Picasso China set.
Previous week's sale.
Previous sale, and we're running the 4th of July. We're still running the summer sale all through the month, and we're taking a break. The Estate Planning Council of the Fun Coast, we're off for July and August. We resume back in September. And my cohort, Fernanda Haley, she is Senior VP at PNC Private Bank. we're putting together an awesome season of our estate planning council.
And if you are a professional in the business, this is the estate planning or
a good group.
attorney. These are the things you want to join the association.
All right, then. So thanks again for coming on the show, and we'll see you Saturday.
Saturday
Yeah.
night.
Thanks again.
And for the rest of you folks, we'll talk to you next week. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.